Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my October TBR. I know I say this every month, but I really can't believe it's October already. Like, I swear I just sat down to film the September one, and I'm so excited for October because there's so many really fun things happening. We've got Thanksgiving here in Canada. I also do a little murder mystery thing every single year, so I'm really excited to host that again this year. And there's of course Halloween. I never used to be a Halloween person, but lately I've just really loved the holiday. But anyways, without further ado, let's talk about the books that are on my TBR this month. Okay, so I have a lot of series on this list. Like, majority of these actually are books that are from series I have ongoing, because last month I started the Addicted / Calloway Sister series, and because I started a 10-book series, I was like, I really need to crack down and finish some of these other series that I have ongoing, especially ones that I've had on my TBR for a really long time. So the first couple are all the books in the Beautiful Bastard series. I have Beautiful Beginning, which is number 3.5, Beautiful Beloved, which is number 3.6. I can't remember which one of these they follow. I kind of think that they follow the first all three couples a little bit. I think the 3.5 might mostly follow the third couple, which wasn't my favorite, but I'm really excited to see the first and second couple again because I absolutely loved their books. And that's why I really don't mind reading like prequel, like novella type books in this series, because I just really loved the characters, so I liked seeing little glimpses of their lives. I also have the fourth book, which is Beautiful Secret. I believe this one is a sort of, is like an experienced woman, unexperienced man trope kind of thing, which I feel like I haven't read many books like that, so I'm interested to see how I like this one. And then there's Beautiful Boss, which is number 4.5, which will probably follow the fourth couple. And then finally Beautiful, which is the fifth book. I have no idea what this one is about. I don't know if it's like sort of a compilation of all the couples or what. I have no idea, but I want to finish all of the series this month, so that is 5 books that are on my TBR right now. Okay, and the next series that I want to finish is the Arrowwood Brothers series by Corinne Michaels. I started this last fall and it did really feel like fall vibes, so I'm not sure if the rest of them are going to feel like that. The second one is Fight for Me, and I believe this one is Surprise Pregnancy and Second Chance, which sound like a really good combination, but we'll see. I think this one, they're all fairly short too, so I think I'll be able to breeze through them. The third book is The One for Me. I have no idea what this book is about. Basically, the concept of this series is that the dad died and left the brothers the land, but in order to inherit the land, each of them need to stay on the property for a 6-month period. So this sort of, the story is like each of them coming back to their hometown to stay in this land for 6 months so that they can inherit it. Like, the idea is to sell it off because they didn't have the best childhood. And the fourth one is Stay For Me. Again, I don't know anything about this one. I don't even know what order it is for the brothers, but I'm sure it'll be good and very emotional because Corinne Michaels is very good at making me cry, so. Okay, and then I have Beyond the Veil by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. This is the 8.5 book for the Zodiac Academy. This book has been on my TBR for the last 2 months, and I still, like, I'm just dying to get to it. I just have not picked it up for one reason or another. It is really long for like a halfway novel, like for a 0.5 book. It's like 400 pages, but that's like pretty typical for their books. They're always crazy long. They all probably could be pared down about 200 pages, but that's what is so lovable about these books, is that they're just like, there's so many hijinks and craziness that goes on in them. Anyways, I have been wanting to get to this book for a couple months now since it came out, and I am desperate to finally pick it up in October. Okay, the next book that is part of the series I have ongoing are the second, third books in the Feminist Novella series by Ali Hazelwood. I really liked the first one, and I don't know what it was about not picking up the second one. Ali Hazelwood did such a good job at making a full-length story into a novella-length like book. Like, I went through in the first book, I went through all the emotions and it was only like less than 150 pages, so I am really excited to read the second and third book. The second one is Stuck With You, and the third one is Below Zero, and I'm pretty sure like Below Zero takes place in Antarctica, which will be like a really cool location for a romance. So I really want to pick these ones up, and I think that they'll be a lot of fun. Okay, and then I also want to pick up Sense and Second Degree Murder by Teresa Price. This is the second book in the Jane Austen Murder Mystery series. I read the first one last year and I thought they were a lot of fun. It's just a fun murder mystery type vibe that sort of also like very loosely like Jane Austen inspired stories, very, very loosely. I haven't even read any of the Jane Austen books, but I know that they're very loosely interpretive just based on the first one. They're just a lot of fun. They're just a fun, quick murder mystery, kind of spooky-ish books. So I thought it would be a good one to add for my October TBR, and also it'll help me get through the series a little bit. Then I have Crimson River by Stephanie Perry. This is the 5th book in the Eden series. This one follows Lila, who is the owner of the bakery in town, and I'm so excited to get to this book because I know that I'm just going to love it. I know I'm going to absolutely love this, and then I'll finally be like all caught up on the series so that when Sable Peaks comes out in December, I think it comes out in December, I'll be able to pick it up and just like have read the whole series. I've absolutely loved this series. It's just really, I don't know what it is about it. I just loved every single one of the characters, the romantic suspense elements, everything about this series is just, I've loved every single one of the books. They're worth the hype in my opinion. So I'm excited to get to the 5th one and then be all caught up on the series, although I'm going to miss the characters for sure. Okay, and last but not least for the series that I have ongoing, I want to read Hopeless by Elsie Silver this month. It releases this month. It is the 5th and final book in the Chestnut Spring series, and I am planning on vlogging it when I read this book because I'm just really excited for it, and I read the first 4 in a vlog, so I figured this will be another good one to read. I'm so excited for Beau's book. I have loved these books and these characters. They're just so much fun, and the characters are so lovable. All of them are absolute soulmates, and I'm on the hype train for this series, so I am going to be reading this as soon as it comes out. The minute it comes out, I will be picking it up, and I will be vlogging it for you guys. Or pretty much the rest of them are pretty much all standalone. So the first book that I want to read is Revelry by Candy Steiner. I actually don't know what this book is about. I'm planning on doing a vlog where I read a bunch of other booktubers' fall recommendations, and this is one of them. So that is a theme you'll see in the rest of the books that are on here as well. They sort of, for some reason or another, they feel like fall, and so I am really excited. I wanted to pick up some fall books that booktubers recommend and see if I like them or not. I'm sure I will, because honestly, usually if any of these people recommend it, I do end up loving it. So I am very excited for that one, and I just love Candy Steiner's writing, so I'm sure I'm going to love this one. The next book that I have on here is The Canary Cowards by Jessie Hall. I believe this is a new release. I think it released at the end of August or beginning of September. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a fairly new release. Again, I don't really know what this is about, but this will be my first Jessie Hall book, so I'm excited to pick up a new author. I think they tend to be a little darker, so I think it'll be a perfect like fall spooky season read, and I'm very excited to pick it up. The next book I have on here is Coach by Stephanie Perry. This is Stephanie Perry's most recent, is it her most recent new series? It's a football romance. It's Age Gap, Second Chance. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's Age Gap and Second Chance, and I think it's single parent. It has all of the tropes that I am looking forward to. I actually really wanted to pick this up when it first came out, and then it somehow just like got lost in my radar. So I figured if it's beginning of football season, even though I do not watch football, I am excited to pick this one up just because it just feels like sports romance season in general. Then I want to read The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I read The 7-Year Slip recently and absolutely loved it. And so I really want to read Ashley Poston's other book. And it's got like, I know her books all have sort of like a magical realism element / like a little bit of like paranormal vibes. So I'm not entirely sure what this one is about, but I know that people love it and it definitely feels like it would fit into an October TBR. Hopefully I get around to it this month. Then I have Crumbs of Passion by Jack Harbin. This is an Audible book. It's also on Kindle Unlimited, but it is part of your Audible membership if you have one, and it is a forced proximity romance, and that's all I really know about it. I think it also is MM if I'm remembering correctly. It's just a very quick audiobook, which I always like to have at least one of those on here, just because if I'm ever feeling slumpy, a like really quick audiobook really helps me. So I always like to have at least one on my TBR, even if I don't end up getting to it. It's good to have it there. And last but not least is Cackle by Rachel Harrison. This is a witchy book. I don't know if it's a romance or not, if it's just sort of witches. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know too much about this book, but I just know, all that I know is it's witchy. So perfect October book. Okay, and those are all the books that I have on my October TBR. Let me know one of the books that are on your October TBR, and because I'd love to know. Subscribe if you're not already, and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, and I will see you next one. Bye guys.